Now, as we've prayed and seen some of the great saints, and we've looked at the life of Paul and the admonition to pray without ceasing, men ought always to pray and not to faint. Jesus prayed all night. Jesus prayed in the early morning. Jesus prayed late into the night. We've seen some of the great testimonies of men like Brainerd and Praying Hyde and some of these men that have gone on before us. And the natural tendency of the flesh is going to be, okay, I'm going to start praying more. I'm going to put more hours into this thing. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not by works. Amen? You're not heard for your much speaking. We gave a little phrase that should have helped you a few weeks ago. Pray until if that's 10 minutes, get up, you're done. Amen? And if it's 10 hours, don't get up till you're done. But don't fall in to the distraction and the temptation to take some merit for how long you've prayed, how you've suffered. It's just like fasting. You don't put on a pretense to be seen of men and want to let everybody know how difficult it's been and what you've sacrificed to spend more time with the Lord. Don't let the face of the clock replace the face of God. And so there's no bragging and praying longer if we're praying to pray longer. There's no merit in it. We can brag, but there's no merit in it. You've received your reward. Pray until you've prayed. Pray until the presence of God has transformed your perspective to the eternal from the temporal. Pray and until you've been assured of the promises of God and can say, my Lord will, and even if He doesn't, I'm not bowing to your God. And those things are vital for us. And just a couple of the things that can become hang-ups, because we don't want to get into a works mentality. But beloved, prayer is a difficult task. Prayer is something that's done alone in the prayer closet. We're in that hour that we've talked about with so much noise and the need for people to be around and the need to be, what do they call it, plugged in or whatever that thing is. You need to get plugged into the presence of God. You need to get to where there's nothing that satisfies you more than that time of intimacy with Him.